Fire in the pit barrel hole, let's cook some ribs. Stay tuned. You can clearly see I've got some chunks of apple wood down in the pit barrel. We're going to cook some competition ribs for you today, so stay tuned. Okay, so let me say right off the bat, I don't know a damn thing about competition ribs because I've never been in a competition. I've never even tasted competition ribs. But I have a couple of buddies on YouTube who know a lot about competition ribs, and one of them is a fellow named Jason Ganal who runs GQ Barbecue in Colorado. If you live in Colorado or you're going to travel to Colorado, you owe it to yourself to get over to GQ Barbecue, Championship Barbecue. And I'm going to be rubbing these ribs with this GQ The Rub. And there's a whole thing on the back here about it says, the rub you're holding in your hands is battle tested, responsible for several championships. So this is what Jason puts on his ribs for championship ribs, and I'm going to talk you through what he does for championship ribs, but I'm not going to actually do all the steps that he does. But the first step is to hit these ribs with, so I've got them trimmed up Memphis style. They're very square looking, you see. And we're going to hit them with some Sang stir fry oil. Now Jason uses mustard, I think. And I see Heavy Metal Barbecue use some mayonnaise on some ribs not too long ago. But what I got to tell you is, there's nothing better than the beautiful flavor of Sang stir fry oil. It's got a very beautiful garlic flavor, and I don't think it really translates to the meat, you know, on a cook like this. But anywhere else you use it, it's the best stuff going. So anyway, we're going to hit them with some Sangs. Then we're going to take some of Jason's rub, The Rub, and sprinkle it on there. Just like that. That stuff's beautiful. I could tell you what's in it, but then I'd have to kill you. No, I could tell you what's in it. I'd have to read it off the bottle. That is beautiful. Wow. A little pricey. I bought some from Jason. I didn't want to impose on our friendship and ask him to give me some, so I went ahead and bought some from him. And it cost a little bit of money to have it shipped from Colorado, but I'll tell you what, I can tell you right now, I'm looking at it now, it's well worth it. Look at the beautiful color of that stuff on those ribs. Can you see that? I think you can. Anyway, let me get these ribs rubbed down. I've removed the membrane already from the back part of the ribs. Maybe I should try the spoon side of this thing, because it's not coming out as quickly as I would like it to. It's kind of clumped up a little bit is what's happened to it. I've got to kind of separate a little bit here. We can shook it out. I think it's got some brown sugar in it, and that's why it's clumped up. But we're going to get it on there, get it on our ribs. Our pit barrel's coming up to temp. I'm going to take the hooks and hook the rib right about behind the third rib through, right about there. Then we'll hang them in the pit, and I've got the trimmings that I trimmed off these ribs. I'm going to hang them in there too, because I'm not throwing nothing away. I'm going to get that stuff loosened up in there. Oh yeah, that is the most beautiful rub. It's got a beautiful color, and that, you know, color in a championship counts for a lot, as well as, you know, your trimming and your smoke ring and your bite. It all adds up for points. So let me get these ribs rubbed down and hung in the pit barrel, and I'll show you what that looks like. So stay tuned. The pit barrel is beginning to smoke, and I've got my ribs hung in there. I'm going to take the meat that I trimmed off the ribs and hit them with that rub and hang them in there too. No sense wasting meat. I can cut it up and put it in the beans. But anyway, we're looking at 3.5 hours of cooking right there. We got to wait 3.5 hours for that stuff to get smoked up. Then we'll come back and I'll talk about how the championships do it. I'm not going to do it exactly like they do it, but I'm going to be pretty close to what they do. So stay tuned. My ribs are looking pretty sweet. If I was a competition, I got a nice pullback on the bone right there. See that? If I was a competition barbecue guy, what I would do at this point is wrap them in foil and put some butter, brown sugar, and honey on them, put them back on the pit for about an hour. But I'm going to skip that step and go right to the last step. I've got some Coakley's barbecue sauce, and I'm going to brush this on there, put them back on the pit for about a half hour, maybe a little longer than that. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, we're just gonna glaze these with some Coakley's. And I want to say this is Coakley's is like a professional barbecue sauce. You can only buy it online. And there are some other sauces like that, like Blues Hog. I don't think you can get that in a grocery store, and I don't think you can get You Know You Want It in the grocery store. So it's kind of like it's a professional barbecue sauce. You can't really buy them. You know, it's not like Kraft or Hunt's or what's that other one? KC Masterpiece. This is a real thing barbecue sauce right here. And I'm just going to slather that on there, both sides. I'm going to put it back on the pit for an hour, maybe a little less than an hour, probably a half hour. Then I'll make up my my turn-in box, which I'll show you, and we'll drink a beer. Does that look good? Man, I'll bet these are going to be some good tasting ribs. You know, and I'm not a professional barbecue guy, and by any means, I'm not. I don't do this for competitions, but this is what I would do if I was in a competition. I would wrap these with foil and butter and honey and brown sugar for another hour. And I'm just going to sauce these with some Coakley's. Hey, if you would like to try some Coakley's barbecue sauce, give me a thumbs up, be a subscriber, and leave me a nice comment on this video, and I'll give away a jar of Coakley's barbecue sauce to one lucky viewer. Don't that look good? Those look good enough to eat already, and they're almost done. We're going to put them back on the pit for about 30 minutes, then we'll come back and I'll make up my turn-in box and we'll have a beer. So stay tuned. Okay, my turn-in box is ready to show to the judges, but before we do that, I think we better bolster our confidence with some beer. And today I've got one of my favorite beers is now in a 12-ounce bottle. It didn't used to be. This is Lagunitas Hop Stupid. Hop Stupid is 8%, haven't even had a drink yet. 8% alcohol by volume, Hop Stupid, Lagunitas Brewing Company. I'm sure it says something about it somewhere here, but I know it's got a lot of hops. I wouldn't call it Hop Stupid if it didn't. Anyway, let's pop the top off of that. I had this once before and it was excellent. So I'm having it again now that it's in 12-ounce bottles. We're going to pour that out into the new Frosty Root Boy mug. It's a beautiful golden ale. Got a bit of head to it. I know you like that, Roll. Got some nice carbonation. It's not bottle conditioned because it's clear. It's beautiful. Hop Stupid. I'm stupid and I like hops. Let's take a sniff of that. Oh boy, it's got a beautiful hop aroma. The citrus really smacks you in the face. I can't wait to quaff the froth off it. Roll. Let's quaff the froth off of that. That is delicious. That is excellent. That's got a 102 IBU 4U, the bitterness units, but it's really not bitter at all. It's delicious. Lagunitas Hop Stupid. I highly recommend it. Okay, let's pass judgment on these ribs. Let me show you what I did here. I got me one of those boxes, you know, what they call the turn-in box, and I lined it with some greens. Don't that look good? You know what? Hang on a second. Yeah, so that's my turn-in box. So what we're going to do now is evaluate these as if I was a judge at a barbecue competition. I'm going to pick this one up, take a look at it. I see it's got a nice smoke ring. Okay, it's got some sauce on it already. So what we're going to do now is do the bite test on this. We're going to take a bite right out of the middle. See how that bite left some, you can see the bone, you know. It's not what you call falling off the bone. That's what they look for in the competition. That rub is delicious. I don't know what that is hanging off of there. piece of that membrane. Anyway, that rub is excellent. You can really taste the spices in it. And that Coakley sauce is excellent. I have to give it an A+. Maybe I'm prejudiced, but I think I could place in the top 3 with these. What do you think? How do you like me now? How's that look? Can you see that? That's my turn-in box. That rub has got a bit of spice to it. I don't think the Coakley's is very spicy. Delicious rib. Just delicious. So, like I always say, that's my video, babies. If you like this crap, please subscribe. There's a little square down there you can hit and subscribe. If you don't, go up and see Jason Ganal at GQ Barbecue. Go buy some of his rub. I'll put a link in the description. It's excellent. His rub is amazing. I made some world-class ribs right here, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, I'm just a backyard hacker. So if I can do this, anybody can. Okay? All right, that's my video for today. We'll see you next week. We may not cook anything good, but I'll bet you we drink a beer and this Hop Stupid is gonna make me stupid because it's excellent. I'm loving it. Okay, babies. See you next week. Bye.